Caleb Sweethand's Plant, IBF super middleweight champion of the world. And if you're looking to take your training to the next level or even be a world champion like myself, I suggest Victor Kate's Fighters Training Sack. It's got everything you need.
Hey, what's up everybody? Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with Carl Frampton, who has this fight coming up November 30th, a co-headliner with Oscar Valdez. Carl, we last saw you in your fight with Warrington. You're coming in here now back in the United States, a new challenge, a different weight category. You know, your thoughts overall on the Warrington performance, because I know by a lot of people over here in the States, because you had a more well-known name because your fights with Leo, people were thinking that you had the advantage in that fight and you were seen as the favorite.
I think I was probably slight favorite going into the fight. I always knew it was going to be a difficult fight. I knew Josh was very fit and physical. I think what I done, and it was wrong, was I underestimated his punching power. There's nothing really to suggest that he's a puncher in his record, but he hit me in the first round. I've never been hit like that in my life, and kind of hit me in the second round, and yeah, my game plan kind of went out the window. Going out for the fourth round, I felt like I'd done 10 rounds already, and I think the game plan that we'd come up with as a team, because he kind of shook me up so early, didn't allow me to kind of carry on with that. I think if I could have done that from the start, I could have won the fight. I still think that's a fight that I could win if I got the option to fight him again, but Josh won the fight fair and square, and yeah, it was a good fight. I think people enjoyed the fight, but it wasn't my best performance.
I know a lot of people don't know this, but when you get hit with a good punch, it like zaps all the energy out of you, huh?
It's weird. I've been down in my career. I got dropped by Alejandro Gonzalez, the late Alejandro Gonzalez, twice in the first round. But it was like I got hit and it was like shot, and instantly I was on my knee and I got up and I was fine. The Warrington fight, I didn't go down, but I was hurt, and I was hurt pretty bad. Just everything's all over the place. Can't focus properly, and in the chaos as well, I got this massive, I think his knee probably clashed with my thigh, and I had this huge bruise after the fight. Kind of annoyed me, couldn't get up on my toes after that. But I was gonna say, you know, I don't like to make excuses, but that's kind of an excuse. But
Kind of got like a Charlie horse, as we call it here, a Charlie horse. Yeah, like where it's like you can't really move, like
yeah, a little bit sore, but look. It is what it is, and he won the fight fair and square.
Do you think it had anything to do at all as well, your ability not to recover the weight cut?
No, I don't think so. I think I done the weight okay. I don't think that was that bad, the weight. No, I think probably if you look at how the first few rounds went, like, even for me to be able to stay in there to the end probably kind of suggests that the weight was okay. You know, I didn't get stopped. I fucking stayed in there. I kind of won a few rounds in the middle. Yeah, so I think that the weight's fine. The weight's absolutely fine.
So with this fight, you're moving up a division, right?
It's like 128. It's in the middle of 126 and 130, obviously. So,
but it's expected that you're going to move to 130, right?
But I think the reasoning behind me boxing at 128, it gives me the option to go up or down, and I want my next fight to be against a champion, whether that's at 130 or 126. I'm ready to do that.
Obviously, you know, Oscar Valdez is co-headlining with you, so it's like the assumption is that you guys are going to fight at 130, or at least building up to a fight. Is that
that's a potential option? I think Chimaev Fight has been mentioned a lot recently too, but me and Valdez sharing a bill obviously kind of suggests that fight could be made. And again, if I don't get to fight a champion in my next fight, he's a huge name and a big enough fight to get me excited. So yeah, I'd be happy to have that fight as well.
Why not go into a rematch with Warrington? Why not seek that out?
I think I would like a rematch with Josh. I'm not one of these guys. What I don't like to do is I demand a rematch. I want a rematch, and he won the fight fair and square. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just happened. If I get myself into a position where I get another big win, then I might start talking about it. But at this point, and I do think I can still beat Josh Warrington, but I think if I get another win, big win behind me, that's when I'll start talking.
I was also hoping, and I still hope, that at some point before your career's over, you fight Leo again. because the 2 fights that you had were amazing fights, and I was surprised that the fight hasn't happened yet, the 3rd fight with you and him.
So was I. And I to be honest, we spoke about that a lot recently. That was a huge fight. Both fights were good. They were very close, very exciting both times. He won one, I won one. The 3rd fight kind of makes sense, but I've tried very hard for that fight to be made. It doesn't seem that Leo and his team are interested anymore. And to be honest, do I think it will ever happen? No, I don't think it's going to happen again. And it's a shame, an absolute shame. But I don't want to sound like I'm desperate, because I have other options. And if Leo doesn't want to fight, and we do not ever have this trilogy, me and Leo Santa Cruz, which boxing fans deserve, by the way. Blame their side, not me, because I wanted the fight and I was happy to travel again to America to make it happen. But I like Leo. I wish him well in his next fight that's coming up next week. And yeah, I just don't see the fight ever happening again.
What did they tell you? Did they say we're going to pass on? We have other opponents we want to.
So it was my old team that was kind of Cyclone Promotions, who I'm no longer with at the time, doing the negotiating and all the talking. So I don't really know too much about how that went, but it kind of it's one each. It just kind of seems like the 3rd one is inevitable. It has to happen, but yeah, it hasn't. So I'm looking at other options now.
You switched over to Top Rank. They're co-promoting, I believe, with you over here in the States. Why did you decide to go the route here with Top Rank? Because I know you were affiliated with Warren, but also with PBC here on the U.S. side, right?
I was with PBC for a while, but I'm being managed by MTK, and they have a close relationship with Bob and Top Rank. I didn't really know what I was going to do after the Warrington fight. Everything was up in the air. Even thinking about retiring at the time, and then this huge deal just came out of nowhere from Top Rank. And when a major player like Top Rank promotes you and want to get you involved in their stable, you kind of have to listen. And I listened to what they had to say, and I'm happy to team up with them. But MTK, in terms of like how long they've been advising me and managing my career, since I've teamed up with them, I kind of wish I'd have done it a long time ago. My career, although I'm coming off a loss to Warrington, I've got some big fights and some big exposure, so it's something I wish I had done a little bit longer.
We've seen some guys now move up to 130 as well. Leo's going to move up 130, fight for a belt. Shakur just snatched up a belt. He's one of Top Rank's prize prospects. He called for a fight with Warrington, and he feels he would beat Warrington, but I'm just kind of curious, is he on your radar?
Absolutely. Like I said, any champion at 126 or 130 is on my radar, so whoever that may be. Shakur is a champion at 126, so if I can get a fight against any of the top guys after this one, and I'm not overlooking Tyler McCreary, I'm fully focused on this fight. I need to get past him or all that falls apart. But any of the champions at 126 or 130, I'm happy to fight.
A lot of options, like you mentioned, but like ideally, like where do you feel the strongest at? Do you feel at 26, or have you felt? I know this is the first fight at 28, but do you think at 30 you'd probably feel stronger, quicker?
Yeah, I'm a strong guy. Like physically, my physicality. When I'm sparring guys in the gym, they talk about my strength and how strong I am and how hard I punch. Maybe cutting a little bit is taking a little bit of that away from me. But in saying that, I can still do the weight, but potentially I could be a lot stronger at 130.
What do you make of Valdez, skills-wise? Because, yeah? Do you think he's improving? Because I know he's gotten some criticism.
I think I like what they're doing with Canal, because he always had this aggressive style, but you need to be more than a one-trick pony, and it seems to be they're working on a lot on different things, and head movement and his defensive skills, which you need in boxing. You can't just do one thing your whole career, because people suss it out. So I think what he's doing with the Reynosos is clever. And he's a quality fighter, someone who I've liked to watch for a long time, and we were kind of rivals in the featherweight division for a while, but I've always respected him and liked his style.
Well, you got to look at the quick fight and think like you have a good shot in against that style, right?
So I like that style. I like aggressive guys coming forward, but I think the quick fight. You look at what happened in the quick fight. He came in very heavy for the fight, and I think that was a tactic. He put it down to a broken foot and he couldn't run or whatever. I think it was a tactic to come in heavy. In a way, it's cheating, in my opinion. I think it's a little bit of a cheat, and they tried.
Quick was pissed.
Yeah, well, I think they tried to use his weight advantage to put it on to Oscar, but he fought well, and he fought with a broken jaw as well. Shows you his toughness and resilience. And I was glad that Valdez won that fight because, yeah, Quigg missed the fight, or they missed the weight by a fair bit.
If there's one guy at 26 or 30 that you have to fight, or you feel that you can't finish your career without fighting that person, who would that be in your opinion?
A year ago, it probably would have been Leo Santa Cruz, but not anymore. Just because I don't think that fight happens. I just don't think it happens anymore. But I don't think there is anyone that I have to fight before my career ends. There's options that they could be huge for me, but I think fighting for a world title in a third division and to become Ireland's only ever 3-division champion, that would be something that I would love.
And that's what you're shooting for then?
So out of everyone, I think the Chimaev Fight fight is probably the one that I like the most.
Just fought, last week. What'd you make of how he fought?
A decent fight. He fought well. He won the first half pretty comfortably. He got hurt near the end of the fight. But Chimaev, I don't know him personally. Seems like a really nice guy. A lot of people say a lot of nice things about him, but I think it'll be a great fight and a winnable fight for me. I think I could win that fight.
I'm excited because there's a lot of options for you as well, and I think given that we've seen Arum work with people at DAZN and people with BBC, I think some of those fights could happen as well for you also. So it's a lot of options for you, like you said. Carl, thank you, man. It's good seeing you. Thank you so much. Returns November 30th coming up on ESPN.